What's up, world? You know what time it is. This whole experience with CVV has been worth millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Subscribe now.
All right, we're doing it. We're making it happen.
We're making moves. We're making moves, baby.
And you're rocking the toothpick here.
Funny story. I was with my family a couple weeks ago, but I was watching some Scott Hall stuff on YouTube, and he just had so much attitude, and I'm a huge fan of him. He's a huge supporter of the Block the Hate movement, and anytime I see him at functions, he always comes up to me and shows me so much love that when I was with my family at Chili's, I seen by the entrance that there were some toothpicks, so I just grabbed a bunch and said, let me just rock a toothpick because he was just so badass.
So you're just going around and calling people Chico and throwing toothpicks at them?
Hey, I'm just trying to represent, just like the OG.
This is his new gimmick.
Yeah, hey, why not? Why not, baby? Why not?
So what have you been up to since we last saw you on TV?
I don't want to choke on this.
You can throw it at the camera. You can do it.
Block the hate.
Hey!
Oh, awesome. So what have I been doing? I mean, I'll be honest with you. 2017 broke me. And 2018 really opened my eyes. In 2019, I've just been making moves, taking acting class, getting those reps out here in LA. I've been out here almost 2 years. And when I got released, nothing lasts forever. I'm no Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan can't play forever. So it was a little weird how I got released. I was doing media, LA Clippers game with Enzo. Who else was there? I forget who else was there. Enzo, me, Miz was there, and we were doing media. And then the next day, I get a call from WWE, Mark Carano, saying that I was going to be released. So, life goes on. I was out here in LA because I know nothing lasts forever. So I just kept it moving, doing the independents and doing my Block the Hate speaking engagements. That's running wild from East Coast to West Coast. So I always say my fight is much more bigger than in the ring. It's outside of the ring, fighting bigotry and hatred and trying to be the voice of the voiceless when it comes to the LGBTQ community or anyone that gets bullied for various reasons. So yeah, I have a powerful story outside of the ring.
Sure, yeah, you absolutely do. Did Mark give you a reason when he released you?
The joke always in the locker room is, oh, damn it, budget cuts, WrestleMania budget cuts. But hey, I would have loved to maybe been a trainer. I love to train. I love to give back to the wrestling community. I would have loved to continue to do WWE's Be a Star program, but I didn't leave on bad terms. I'm telling you guys that right now. So,
well, that means the door is open then.
WWE's the revolving door. Everyone always comes back. So I have a great relationship with them. It's funny, WrestleMania weekend in New York, my mom is like hashtag WWE mom because she was always at all my functions. She's my personal photographer. And Titus O'Neil invited her to a Yankees game. My mom's a diehard Yankees fan. I love going to the games, but I'm not a diehard fan. So Titus invited my mom to the game. She saw Strowman. Natty ran up to her and was like, where's Fred? Where's Darren? And I had other speaking engagements out here in LA, and also I was at David Buster's for WrestleMania hosting there. So I got to do what I got to do to make moves. Whoever wants to book me. So she went to the Yankees game, had a blast with Strowman, Titus, Natty. I forget who else was there, but I'm like, Mom, you stealing my spotlight, huh? You stealing my WWE spotlight. But what did they say? Were they asking about me? She's my second ear. She's my soundboard. So everyone was happy to see her, and they asked how I was doing, and she said I was doing well.
It just seems kind of sad that you work with WWE for so many years, and it ends with a phone call.
I'd be honest with you. The release wasn't that hurtful. It was more hurtful the WrestleMania, last year's WrestleMania. Finn Balor opening match, the LGBTQ colors were embraced under his umbrella, which is perfectly fine. I love Finn to death. But I'm like, man, they released me a few months ago. Give a dog a bone. Let me embrace it.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go out there and show people that being gay comes in all different sizes and shapes. And I don't celebrate being gay. I celebrate living my life free from hate, free from judgment, and all that other good stuff. So I wanted to be a superhero there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to continue to do my thing and be a superhero and the leader of the Block Date movement. That's what it's all about.
You're a superhero in like everyday life. That seems far more important.
I always say every time my feet touch the ground, I know someone's counting on me.
Wow.
And my social media is like an open diary to the world. So anything I ever post always comes from the heart with the intent to inspire, educate, and motivate our youth. So, I always say, if you don't have anyone in your family that looks up to you or that supports you, be a part of my family on social media. Social media is so big. The number one form of bullying is cyberbullying. So be a part of my family on social media.
Did WWE know that you were gay when they signed you?
No, I hid that so quickly. And it's funny, there's an interview with Randy Orton. When I came out, they interviewed him. I love Randy to death. Randy said, I had no idea, and WWE locker room is like high school. Someone says something and it just spreads like wildfire. Yeah. So Randy said, I'm pretty sure no one had a clue about Darren, and no one had a clue because I just suppressed those feelings for so long, and I had a girlfriend, I think back in 2011. There are many reasons I came out, but one of the reasons was because I wanted to just be able to bring my partner, my boyfriend, I hate using the word partner, I wanted to be able to bring him to red carpets. I wanted to be able to bring him to WWE functions, backstage, bring him on the road with me, let him know what it's like being a WWE superstar, because I was proud.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons why I came out. I met him in Miami. I'll be there in a couple of weeks to be accepting a Celebrity Vanguard Award. Nice. So I'm very excited to be accepting that. So he was one of the reasons why I came out, so I can just live my life. Yeah. And
so you were out privately, you just weren't out publicly.
Yeah, I was. No one knew. My family knew. At 28 years old, I came out to my mom. I came out to my uncle and my grandfather, who are military guys, old school, and they embraced me with love. And I tell people, once you have that support system that you deal with on a daily basis, you're unstoppable.
Sure.
You're unstoppable. So I came out to them, and then ultimately, at 30 years old, I came out to the world.
And it felt like, from an outsider looking in, it felt like an accidental, like it was not planned. Like, was that TMZ photographer just asking you in general?
You know, I've been interviewed by TMZ before when we were doing the Nexus and stuff like that, but I could have been outed by someone, who knows? But they asked me the question, and I said, this is who I am and this is what it's all about. But when I was done with the interview, I was a nervous wreck because we have a relationship with TMZ now. Back then, we didn't have a relationship with them. So anything goes.
Yeah.
So when I did the interview, I walked away, went to the SummerSlam Hotel in California, and I was like, what the fuck did I just do? So I called WWE, Jane Getty at the time, who was in charge of talent relations. I told her what happened. I called up my best friend in Yonkers, New York, Trouble, told him what happened, and the news broke, and it was Stephanie McMahon and Vince McMahon that really embraced me, and they really let me know that everything would be okay. And Vince genuinely talked to me for 20 minutes about his best friend Pat Patterson being gay, and Pat's a great guy. Vince, I'm not a bitter wrestler. I'll never be a bitter wrestler. Vince gave me a shot, and I'm very grateful that he gave me a shot. My last efforts of getting over was with me and Bob Backlund, and it wasn't a gimmick. It was a real life friendship that once I was done teaming with Titus O'Neil, because again, nothing lasts forever, I would do appearances with Bob Backlund, and he had a lot of energy about him. When I do my signings, I like to do them standing up. I like to get up close and personable with the fans. Yeah. So he's energetic. I'm energetic. I said, when I'm done teaming with Titus, I love for him to be my life coach. So I wrote it all out. I had visuals. I stole the idea from Mike Tyson and his trainer Cuss.
Yeah.
So I took the idea and I presented it to Vince. And the most intimidating thing about Vince McMahon is his office door. Once you get through his office door and you walk in there confidently and just, I think we started talking about yoga because he was asking me about my chest. Man, you got such a barrel chest. I said, yoga. He's like, yoga, really? And I said, seriously, yoga, because it fixes your posture and all that stuff. I said, hey, it's yoga, genetics, baby.
Wow.
So I showed him my ideas, and he went with it. He called up Bob, and then we started rocking and rolling with the Make Darren Young Great Again.
Yeah.
You know, back in the 80s, there was Vince McMahon. Nowadays, it's Vince McMahon and 10 other people that you have to answer to, and it's just unfortunate that someone didn't have my back, because when I was having my last feud with The Miz, I was told I couldn't use the crossface chicken wing because it was a dangerous hold, legit.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe that.
It's a dangerous hold. And I was told, yeah, try putting, I'm not going to mention any names, try putting that on Randy Orton and see, see what happens. I said, I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to kill anyone.
Yeah.
Fast forward, the move was being saved for Asuka.
Oh,
so,
wow.
And Miz pointed out to me in the locker room weeks later, and I said, I'm not going to curse anymore. I don't like cursing.
You're welcome
I was
to
like,
if you want.
I was like, I fucking knew it. And I just walked out the locker room that, Darren, you're not going to be able to...
I think we all know who this impression is.
Broke my heart. When I got pictures of him on my wall in my childhood room, it broke my heart, man. Broke my heart.
They say he's the man with the golden shovel.
I cried like a baby backstage. I cried like a baby by myself, and he came over and was like, Darren, why are you crying? I'm like, I was told to use the Cobra clutch. I said to myself, if I wanted Sergeant Slaughter to be my life coach, I would have gotten him. And I love Sergeant Slaughter. He gave me so many opportunities when way back in the early 2000s, WWE was doing dark matches a lot. Sarge always gave me a shot. Out of 10 guys, he would always pick me. So from doing extra work with WWE back in early 2002 to now, I always thank him anytime I see him. Sarge gave me my shot, but he wasn't my damn life coach. It was Bob Backlund.
Right.
So it breaks my heart, man.
When you wrote down your plans with Bob Backlund, was there an end goal? Like, I feel like that whole storyline you guys had just kind of fizzled out.
It fizzled out, yeah, pretty much.
Was there a plan for where that was going to go?
Originally, there was a plan. We had vignettes that were being played, and fast forward to me winning a Battle Royal for #1 contendership for the Intercontinental Championship with The Miz. The people were behind me, and it was a moment, I was like, man, I'm getting that opportunity, I'm getting that shot by myself, I was part of the Nexus.
Part of the primetime players.
Yeah, primetime players, still millions of dollars, still worth it. Know yourself, know your worth. Don't cheapen your worth. I'm still with it. And then I was able to do Make Darren Young Great Again with Bob Backlund. That could have been heat, man.
Yeah.
Using that catchphrase.
Yeah.
I would have loved to turn heel.
Yeah.
I mean,
is it just that there's too many people, there's too many characters, too much going on, that some stuff that they're not super interested in kind of gets thrown by the wayside?
Oh. I mean, what is there for me to say?
Yeah.
You're the OG when it comes to interviewing some of the best. You hear the stories.
It's so funny.
And by the way, I loved your interview with RVD when he mentioned, I can't mention who I was smoking with. I don't want to blow their cover. Maybe it was me.
Yeah?
Maybe it was me. Or maybe it wasn't me.
I don't know.
Maybe it could have been me, but I'm just saying.
He was so open the rest of the interview, and then he's like, I don't think this person would like it if I said their name.
Because he is a loyal guy. Loyal. When he was with us, he was so kind to me and always had my back. I love RVD. I love him.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned, I interview a lot of people that have just left WWE, and very rarely do people have great things to say after their release. And Yeah, yeah, and it's funny. Like it's like you just get chewed up and spit out sometimes, I guess.
That's what Bret Hart said.
Yeah,
They just take you in the back and slaughter you like a cow.
yeah.
But like I said, I don't have any hard feelings. I've done it, man. There's a very limited number of wrestlers that had made it, and I grinded on the independents from 2003 to 2009, and out of 75 guys and girls from all over the world, I earned my contract with WWE. I had to pay money to do my tryout with WWE, and nowadays you get flown into the Performance Center, you do the tryout, invite only, but at the time in 2009, I paid to do my tryout. And out of 75 guys and girls from all over the world, I beat them all out with AJ Lee that day. Her and I got signed that day.
Wow.
And I beat them all out. And they were kind of unsure about me. They were like, because I was big, I was muscular. They were kind of unsure. I said, I'm clean. I haven't taken any steroids since December 2008, and I haven't taken any since then either, because like I don't need that.
Yeah.
On my podcast, Pro and Bro Wrestling, I talked openly for the first time about, and second time I'm talking openly about having gynecomastia. So I abused it as a kid. I said December 2008 was the last time I took it. Sign me, and they signed me.
Did you have to have surgery to get rid of the gyno?
Yeah, when I hurt my elbow a little over 2 years ago, I had the Tommy John surgery. Very uncommon in wrestling.
Yeah, that's a baseball injury.
Baseball injury. I hurt it on an apron, freak accident. The minute I went down, boom, I said, I'm getting surgery. Because you're out 7-8 months. I said, I know I'm getting surgery on this, but I'm getting surgery because you're going to be down. You can't lift your arms for 10 days. You can't be in direct sunlight for a year because the scarring will turn dark. So you have to like be very careful with that. But I'm glad I got it done because I look better. I mean, my nipples aren't hanging down to my knees anymore from the abuse.
Wow. The fact that you're open about that, though, that's...
Because it's helped a lot of people. And
it takes a man to do that, though.
You know, I was kind of unsure about it, but I know The Rock had the surgery done. So I asked my YouTube friend, I said, has he ever openly talked about it? He's never openly talked about it, I don't think, but he said it in interviews before. I said, oh, well, if he can talk about it, then so can I.
Yeah.
And it's helped people. It's helped a lot of people have contacted me.
And anyone that's watching this right now, you know, they'll be inspired by it too.
I hope so.
When you
don't die with a story and you tell it, I always say.
There it is. After you came out, I was, as a fan, a little bit worried that was going to become your gimmick. And I'm so super glad that it wasn't. But was that ever a conversation?
Originally, Vince McMahon said he didn't want to use it as a gimmick. And I was okay with it. Titus and I were able to throw it in promos like DX in funny ways.
Yeah.
So we were able to throw it in, which I was comfortable with because I'm myself. I don't have to cut promos like this anymore to, make sure I sound more masculine. I don't have to cut promos like this, like Shane Douglas, who I'm a mark for. I love the franchise, Shane Douglas. I don't have to cut promos like that anymore. I can just be myself, and that's that.
Do you still keep in touch with Titus?
Yeah, absolutely. Titus he's coming out with a book. He's doing so many great things. And the one thing that he learned from me is how to wrestle. Because when he got signed, he'll tell you, people didn't want to get in the ring with him because they thought he was reckless. You got to be patient. Patience is a talent. So I worked with him in the ring. I was in there when no one else was working with him. Fast forward, look at what he's doing now. He's doing major things. I said to Titus, the same people that are shit on you are going to be kissing your ass years from now. And that's what's happening. Titus is doing great things. The one thing I learned from him was to be a businessman. Don't be afraid. He would go into Vince McMahon's office. I was like, whoa, big man, let's have a game plan. Because he's going to be doing all the talking. I said, let me say some stuff. He would go in there, and you just got to be ready. And he'd go in there, Vince would be tied up. But that's the one thing that he wasn't afraid. And the thing with Titus was, Titus got it. Titus worldwide, that is real. That is real. He knows everyone. So being able to travel with him, get hotels sometimes free. Hey, that's how PTP does it. So yeah, I love Titus. I love him.
What did you think of his suspension for what seemed like an absolutely ridiculous reason?
Oh, hey.
For grabbing Vince's arm?
You do the crime, you do the time. I just don't know. You just caught the boss on the wrong day. But they play like that backstage. That's what was so like kind of unusual for me.
Yeah.
That's Titus. That's Titus.
Are there WWE superstars backstage? You don't need to name names, but are there superstars backstage that are gay and haven't come out?
I believe so. I believe so. And I think it's up to them to come out, just
Sure.
like I say in a lot of my speaking engagements. It's up to you to come out. No one should hold a gun to your head and be like, come out, come out. You come out when you're ready, but come out because you'll feel so much better. The weight will be lifted off your shoulder. And yeah.
But the whole thing with Finn Balor seemed like, I didn't know if he was embracing it or if he was coming out or whatever. Like, I really don't think in 2018 or 2019 now that any of that should even matter.
Yeah, but, you know, it shouldn't matter. And something that X-Pac and I talked about on his podcast, but it does matter. People contact me daily about how my story helped them come out, how other pro wrestlers on the independents, my story helped them come out. So I want it to be a domino effect. My whole Block the Hate movement is so strong to me, and I just want to be able to spread the word and strengthen numbers, because I always say none of us are as strong as all of us. So it's not the people in wrestling, it's sometimes the fans outside of the wrestling. It's a huge LGBTQ wrestling community.
And I'm not saying it doesn't matter. Like, I think you're super brave, for coming out, and it's a bold move. I'm saying, as fans, it shouldn't matter, whether you're gay or straight or whatever.
Yeah, it shouldn't, but for some people it does bother them.
Have you had negative impact from this? Have you had backlash with this?
Social media, the internet bullies, and people say what they want to say, but I always say if they don't know you personally, don't take it personal.
Yeah.
I just got to keep it moving. People are going to... I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. The only thing I can keep doing is just keep being me. I'm unbroken. Unbroken. Yeah. Headquarters clothing right here.
At what age did you kind of realize, all right, maybe I don't like girls like all my friends do?
I knew. I probably knew since I came out the womb. But you suppress those feelings for so long, Back in the 80s, my mom would always say, oh, I can't wait to have grandchildren and stuff like that. And back in the 80s, the science wasn't as strong as it is today to have surrogate mother, in vitro fertilization and stuff like that. Science wasn't strong, so no one wants to let their mom down. Yeah. So you suppress those feelings for so long. But my mom came out to me as a gay mother when I was 7, 8 years old. And I didn't come out to her until I was 28 because of that reason, because of science, and because of that fear. Because my mom was badass. The next person you should interview, you should interview hashtag WWE mom, my mom. She's like Medea times 10. Times 10.
And Tyler Perry has become a friend of mine. He's actually he's the one who set up the John Cena interview I just did. So, Speaking of John Cena, you get the black John Cena still?
Well, I wish I made black John Cena type money. You know what I mean? Only the big dogs make the big money. But
did you think you looked like him?
I think I have that all-American chin.
You do?
I think I have that all-American chin. So. Yeah.
It was the hair you had in Nexus too.
Oh, the spiky hair, that was a fuck up, man, because my hair was being bleached and was coming out. It was just a wreck. And before I had even came out, I remember being in the locker room for the first time in WWE and having a gold sequence. This is the start of NXT, the original NXT. Had the gold sequence around my head, and I remember Mark Henry sitting down in the locker room, and he was like, boy, and I told him I was going to tell this story. I tell it all the time just so he don't kick my ass. He's like, boy, why you got your hair like that? It makes you look gay. I was like, oh, Mark, man, I'm just trying to be different. I'm trying to stand out. So fast forward to when I ultimately came out, he's one of the first guys that embraced me. Man, how come you ain't tell me? Mark, are you crazy? I was fearful of you, Have you interviewed him?
I have not. Oh. I would love to.
He's a teddy bear, but don't do none of this. Don't do none of this. He's like, hey, get your damn hands off me. I ain't no pet.
He doesn't like being touched?
He don't like that. He's not a pet. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Man.
Don't do it. I love it. I love it though. I would see it in the airport. We would travel in the airport, and I see fans just stalking them like pterodactyls. And I'm like, oh, I would pull out my camera and I'd start recording it because it was so funny. He'd say, hey man, get your hands off of me. I ain't no damn pet.
What do you think of some of the other LGBT storylines that happened before? We had HLA with Eric Bischoff. Do you remember that? Hot lesbian action. Oh. And then there was Billy and Chuck. What do you think of those portrayals? Obviously, it was a different era, but
we're in the entertainment business, and that's what it's all about. I don't mind that. It is what it is. If I had to embrace my sexuality, I'd embrace it my own way. Mm-hmm. You know, again, being gay comes in all sizes and shapes. So I always say, whether it's on my social media or on TV, I want people to look at me and identify with me and say, damn, man, if he can do it, so can I.
I feel like those were very they were exploited at the time. Like HLA was a little ridiculous, I think.
The people were reacting to it, you know?
Is that all that matters?
Well, don't do it in school. The kids shouldn't do it in school. But hey, it didn't bother me. I'm a diehard fan. I was one of those fans back in the day where I would stalk you at the gym. I remember WrestleMania 17, Houston, Texas. I went to it, and I remember the next day at the airport running into Ron Simmons, and I followed him in the bathroom, and I've taken a fake piss next to him, and I say, hey, Ron, you know, I seen you at WrestleMania. I'm gonna be a WWF wrestler at the time someday. He's, oh yeah? Well, good luck to you. And like, he was just so nice. And fast forward, they used to always call me Ron Simmons' son with the afro. So I'm a diehard fan.
Look at all the impressions he has. Who else you got? You got a Ron Simmons. You got a Mark Henry.
I love Heath Slater. Hey, man. Hey, when we going to Miami, Doc? Dr. Tom Pritchard. Hey, Doc, when we going to Miami? That's not so good, but
I'm sure you got a Vince. Everyone has a Vince.
I did my best. I remember one time he was like, Darren, you know, smile more. You know, let the people in. You're always like, smile more. You're a handsome looking man. Smile more. So that's something from that piece of advice until now, that's something I always do. Awkward situations, I just smile.
Are you saying this?
No. But just anything, just smile.
Walk me through the Nexus debut, because it was something we hadn't really seen like that at the time. Walk me through, because I feel like only a few people actually knew what was going on there.
Yeah, we didn't know what was going on at the time, and like I said, I'm terrible with like exactly what happened. But yeah, we didn't know what was going on, and when we got word that we were going to be doing this, we knew we had to deliver. Vince said if anything whiffed, you would be fired. So we had to just be a little snug with whatever it is we were doing. I remember my job was to KO the announcer. What was his name? I forget his name.
Was that Justin Roberts?
No, not Justin Roberts. Oh, the timekeeper. I forget the timekeeper's name, but I was supposed to KO him. And as soon as I'm about to punch him, he's already fallen. But I still, got him. I didn't kill him, but you had to really.
Yeah.
I know how to throw a punch where it looks like a barred punch, and that's why I believe I'm a good wrestler. I'm a good technician because I know how to throw believable stuff. So I threw a good punch that he pre-bumped, but it was just chaos, and we made history. So it was a lot of fun. So when I go to these signings and people say, "Oh, do you miss WWE?" Yes, I do miss WWE. Oh, yeah, how the Nexus lost at SummerSlam, that was messed up. Yeah, it was messed up.
Well, the way you guys came in was so different from the way that the Nexus kind of disbanded.
Yeah, I mean, I think WWE learned from their lesson how they handled us, because soon after us was the Shield, and look at them. They're doing amazing things. I love Dean. I don't know where the hell he's going. Is he going to AEW or something like that?
Do you think that's legit?
I mean, who knows? I've been trying to get in AEW. I feel like I still have a lot left in the tank. I've contacted Cody Rhodes' wife, Brandy. I've contacted her. ROH, I've contacted them, so I still want to be able to represent and contribute to the wrestling world because I'm still a diehard fan. I still have a lot left in the tank. I'm 35. I feel so alive, you know. So hopefully this interview, people can spread the word about me wanting to get into AEW, ROH, or New Japan.
Well, it doesn't make sense that they wouldn't be interested in you.
I mean, I put myself out there. I've asked. I'm just waiting, and we're like professional waiters. Maybe they don't want me. I mean, I don't know, but just let me know. Just return.
I talked to Billy Gunn about this. I interviewed him like 2 months ago.
Who was a bucket list match of mine, who I wrestled last summer. We didn't talk about anything except for the finish, and it was one of my favorites. Just called it in there. I said, well, he's known for selling. Well, I'm going to outsell you. So I went in there and said, I'm going to outsell you. And I felt like I outsold him.
So I asked him, I said, you must have everyone, because he's now the head coach of AEW.
Yes.
I said, you must have all your friends reaching out to you asking for a job. He's like, oh yeah, and they're all my friends too. So I think that any unemployed, or not unemployed, but anyone who's not in WWE is basically hitting him up or hitting whoever up. And the unfortunate thing is there's only so many spots with AEW, with Impact, with Ring of Honor. Sure. There's no reason that you shouldn't be there, though.
And I had proposed the idea. I don't know if you know the independent wrestler Sonny Kiss.
Yeah.
But I proposed to do. I wrote it all out, like I did with Bob Backlund Angle. I wrote it all out with pictures and visuals about teaming up with Sonny Kiss, almost like a big brother, little sister. Because in the gay world, like, oh, my little sister. So I wanted to come across as I'm the big brother, and no one messes with my little sister, Sonny Kiss. You know, like a. Kind of like Macho Man Randy Savage and Zeus. Remember Zeus?
Yeah.
Just like, tag. I just beat up everyone. So I proposed that, and I asked Sonny Kiss if he would be down. I talked to him before I sent my ideas out to Brandy and the creative there, and I haven't heard anything back.
What did Sonny's receptive to this?
So, yeah, because I wouldn't have proposed it to AEW. I wanted to make sure, because I'm an honest, loyal person, loyalty. I'm a Scorpio baby, so don't fuck me over.
I'm guessing you can't use the name Darren Young anymore.
If you want to get sued.
Well, I'm going to use it in this interview. I'm not going to get sued. But
yeah, I always say that. No, use my government name. Mr. No Days Off, Fred Rosser, use my government name.
But I had an interesting conversation with Jack Swagger about this, and WWE doesn't trademark all of the names. Mm-hmm. So either the trademark may have expired, or maybe you can trademark it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the trademark that needs to be renewed every so often. Yeah, you should look into it.
Well, when promotions or schools use Darren Young, I said, however you want to bill me, because whether you Google Darren Young, Fred Rosser pops up. Fred Rosser, Darren Young pops up. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
But I mean, it wouldn't be bad for you to own that name, especially if you went to like an AEW.
Sure, you're right. I think I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, there we go. Look at, now I'm like Titus.
Yes.
Who was it? Titus's idea to come up with the millions of dollars thing?
Well, that came up by accident. We got a victory. John Laurinaitis had hired us on SmackDown, so we made our debut, and we got a victory. Probably over the Usos, and we started celebrating, and we started going back and forth, and that's how it came about. And that's what they do on football games, the huddles. They get together, back and forth. So that came about by accident. But Primetime Players was Vince McMahon's idea. He always seen us clowning backstage, and that was Vince's idea to put us together. So we ran with that.
You brought your championship here. Can we show it?
Oh, the Block Day Championship. Block Day, I thought we were going to talk about this, but hey, it's very important to me because this was a birthday gift to me last year from Headquarters Clothing, the brand that I rep. One of the first people to rep Headquarters Clothing based out of Sherman Oaks was Finn Balor, and then it was Enzo and Cass, and then for some reason I might have liked some of their pictures, and then we got in contact, and they're like friends of mine. So 3 reasons why I support HQ Clothing and the Block Date movement is because the quality of the clothes, the message, and they're like family to me. Honestly, if the quality wasn't good, I don't know if I'd be wearing it. I think I would just maybe take a picture in it and then post it, but I genuinely wear this. So we're going to have to get a money shot with you. I always bring this to appearances, and I have the kids take pictures with it, and you know, when you take a picture with this, you sign your soul to the block hate movement. In this world, we all receive hate for various reasons, but in order to be strong and successful, you must block the hate. And that's my message to the world. Block the hate, spread the word, strengthen numbers. And, you know, it's really cool that they, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Hold it up here.
Yeah, I'm very proud. I'm very proud. Block the hate. And I also have a block hate bracelet because I know after these videos you do a rundown and stuff like that. So this is a fresh block hate band like Bret Hart would have on the glasses.
Yeah.
You know, Bret wouldn't wear the glasses all day. He gets a fresh pair. Boom. You know, so you can kind of put this over. Right now. You can put that over and strengthen numbers, baby.
There it is. This is a great way to end things too. I
appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. And like I said, don't die with a story and you tell it. And I don't, you know, with WWE, I told you before we interview, you need permission to wipe your ass, which they're just watching out for themselves and for you. But yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And
thank you for making this happen.
Yes. And I was on time too.
And you were early.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. If there's a saying in wrestling, if you're on
time, you're late.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. If you're 5 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late, and if you're late, you get fired. So like, I like to keep it moving. You got to make moves. I got to make moves.
Yeah.
Too bad I'm not going to see you in Miami as I'm getting my most honorable award ever, the Celebrity Vanguard Award in Miami for the Outshine Film Festival, the biggest festival in Miami, and they're honoring me. So I'm going to be happy to be there. Too bad you're not going to be there.
I'm sorry, I'll be traveling in London, but I'm proud of you.
Man, you're like the Ric Flair. You're like, what was it? Wheelin' Dealin', Limousine Riding.
Woo, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheelin' dealing.
Limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, who makes all the young girls cry.
The thing, like, if people watch these wrestling interviews and they think like this is all I do, which is awesome. Like, I'm so happy that people watch this, but I have a day job where I'm interviewing celebrities all day. I'm reviewing movies. I'm on a TV show in Miami called Deco Drive. So you're actually my last interview of the day today. But I also interviewed Seth Rogen, Charlize Theron, Michael Ealy, Megan Good, and some other people.
And yours truly, baby, Darren Young, Mr. No Days Off, block the hate, salute the great.
Thank you, sir.
Come on, throw it up first.
Okay, sorry.
My man, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this interview with Fred Rosser, a.k.a. Darren Young. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss more awesome interviews with guys like this!
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
What do you think people will be talking about the most in the comments section?
How handsome I look.
Probably.
I'm 35 and I feel so alive. Baby, block the hate, salute the great. Don't you forget about it.
We talked about a lot of things. What was great is the interview ended and you went, did we really talk for that long?
We talked for a long
It was great.
7 minutes.
We covered a ton of stuff. I asked all the questions I wanted to ask. Did you talk about all the things you wanted to talk about?
Oh, I got myself over, definitely. I got myself over by getting my ass over here and knocking this interview out. Don't die with the story, and you tell it, baby.
I am incredibly appreciative that you did this. Thank you. AEW, what are you doing? Why are you sleeping on this man? Sign Fred Rosser. Should I call you Fred Rosser? Make Fred Rosser great again.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Okay.